Welcome to E360 TV, the live streaming and on-demand destination for influential voices and enlightened audiences. We offer trending, grassroots, and purpose-driven content across a diverse range of interests. E360 TV is more than just watching programs. We offer the ability to interact with live shows connecting audiences to real, authentic influencers and storytellers while streaming to millions of devices. Real experiences. Raw conversations. One destination for it all. E360 TV.
This world is changing more and more every day, and we've decided to change right along with it. My name is Dr. Lauren Michaels Harris, and I'm the president of Trajectory TV Network. At Trajectory, our vision is to provide a creative platform for top content creators and storytellers from around the globe. We're also dedicated to providing this world with content that is healing, educational, empowering, exciting, and above all else, entertaining and transparent. So right now, I invite all of you who believe yourselves to be global game changers to use the link found here and simply take a chance. Schedule a virtual chat where you'll have the opportunity to share your vision for your very own global television show with me, the network president. So use that link, and together, let's begin changing and healing this world, one story at a time. And remember, whether you have years of experience in front of the camera or zero experience, it doesn't matter. What matters the most is your desire to share great content through television and a willingness to share it with passion and with purpose. You might ask, how do I know if I've fallen in love with my purpose and my purpose has fallen in love with me? It's easy when you've lost your voice because you just can't stop talking about it. I'll see you soon. Good morning. I'm assuming you guys can see me. Hold on. I have to do this. Okay. Done. Okay. I was checking in with Delta, our flights for tomorrow morning as we're going to Charleston to Jason Cisneros and Emily Silman's wedding this weekend, and I did not want to clear out of that screen with one thing left to do, and I had to pay for luggage. So you know how that stuff goes. Good morning, and welcome to today's installment of Bathrobe Moments. It is Wednesday, and it is the 7th day of June. Man, it seems like it takes forever for summer to get here, and then before you know it, it's gone, right? But that we can say that about just about everything we love. Isn't that true? So today we got a great show for you. You might remember, I think it was a couple months ago, I bet you Tom can tell me. I had Tom Paladino on the show, and we were talking about all of his work with, well, I wonder if you guys remember, Scalar Light. Actually, I'm going to put it up in the in your comment section right now, just to get that part out of the way, so that you all can be able to check out what we're talking about even further after the broadcast. Okay. So anyway, I'm going to just get Tom in here. I'm looking to see. Okay. Well, I'll just bring Tom in so he can tell you what we're doing today. We're getting a tour today. It's Back to the Future Day. Right. Minus the DeLorean. But we're going inside of Tom's lab so he can explain exactly what he did a little piece down the road back there a ways when he had me provide him some photos of myself. They went into this machine, and the rest we're going to tell you in just a moment. Put your hands together by putting some hearts on the screen as we welcome back the mad scientist himself, Tom Paladino. Good morning.
Hi, Doc. Good morning.
How are you?
All is well. Thanks for the invite.
Good. I'm going to let that run underneath right now. How you been?
Excellent.
When were you here?
Enjoying God's blessing all the time. Thank you.
I know that's. Let me hit the bell on that one. Yes. So tell us what you've been up to. When were you here last? Do you remember?
I think it was early May, if I'm not mistaken.
Early May. You know, it's funny about that. You said early May. I met a girl when I was like 19, and that was her name.
Really?
Literally, her name was Early May. And I was like, how did you get that name? She goes, because I was due at the end of May, but I was born early May, so they named me Early May.
Early May.
I bet she's the only one in the world with that name. But anyway, Early May, you were here, and tell us what happened with me. Well, explain what you do.
Okay.
I'm gonna let you do it. I'm gonna back out for a second. Tell them what this is all about today.
Okay, we're going to speak about energy instruments. Behind me are scalar energy instruments. And a while back, the good doctor provided by way of email, this photograph. Now, when I'm working with these scalar energy instruments, I only work with photographs. So this is a quantum process. This is my photograph. And if I were to take anybody's photograph and place it inside the instrument is enjoying scalar energy. So this is a scalar energy process. It's not biological. I've invented these instruments with the help of other engineers. This is new, groundbreaking science in which we can access a person's force field, their aura, by way of energy. Again, we don't work in person. We work with photographs, and we work in the dimension of scalar energy. So this is a new way of quantum entanglement, or a way that we can send energy to a person's aura or their force field.
Okay. And what's the most exciting part, in your opinion, about this work? What, as far as we, the recipients of it?
When I'm working with a person's photograph in this instrument, it's not the electromagnetic spectrum. I'm not working with electricity. So I really believe that this is a divine energy that imparts, that downloads divine instruction.
That's a big piece.
It is. And these Tesla coils, they're now in operation. The instrument is on, and it's broadcasting scalar light. Again, this is not electricity. So I'm going to demonstrate to the audience how powerful these instruments are. Now, keep in mind, my photograph is in that instrument receiving energy from these two Tesla coils. Now, here's an experiment. Here's a demonstration. This is fluorescent tubes. These tubes are in a package, in a factory packaging. The energy is so strong that these tubes will be illuminated when I place them close to the instrument.
Okay.
Okay? So that's the abundant energy of scalar energy.
Wait a minute. Those things are turning on
Yes,
just by you holding them
correct.
still in the package.
Correct.
Do that again.
Okay.
I didn't realize that. Wow.
So that's how much energy is now being propagated from this instrument.
And it's not even plugged into that thing.
That's correct. That's
Wow.
correct. So what am I trying to? This is a demonstration of free energy.
Of course.
These are free energy instruments in which you can illuminate a light bulb without a power source. Again, it's in the factory packaging, and I simply place this by the Tesla coils, and it illuminates. Now, if I can have that much energy go into a light bulb, how much energy would be going into my photograph? If I place my photograph close to that Tesla coil, it's the same amount of energy that's going into the light bulb.
So how does it go from the photograph into the actual Tom Paladino?
Well, that's the mystery. Now, this is a new science, so what we can construe is that my photograph has an energy signature, and it finds me. Now, what am I getting at? If your cell phone will find your cell phone by way of a frequency, then your photograph must be able to find you energetically. Now, keep in mind, this has nothing to do with human biology. It's quantum. It's informational. So all of my work is informational. And this instrument, working in a scalar energy force field, finds my force field on the photograph, and then it finds my force field. So my work is non-physical. It's informational. My work is scalar energy, not electromagnetic energy. This is a brand new science, so to speak. It's groundbreaking research.
Wow.
So this is what people enjoy. So first of all, I call this the chakra balancing. If my photograph is close to those Tesla coils, there's so much energy going into me, it will balance my brain waves and my chakras. I'm going to show you another demonstration. Here's a fluorescent tube. Now these tubes are still in their factory packaging. Anytime I place a fluorescent tube close to the instrument, it illuminates. That's a tremendous amount of energy that's going into my photograph. That's a chakra balancer.
And the thing is, it's not like the little, now when I put those in my kitchen, because I have those in my kitchen,
Yeah.
and it's hard, I hate replacing those things. You gotta swivel them into those little sockets on both ends,
Right.
for the connection. So you're telling me that the energy is just swirling all around,
Correct.
so powerfully,
Correct.
that it's making a connection.
Correct. So this is the energy from the sun and the stars. This is not per se what we would call AC electricity. So we're going back 100 years to Nikola Tesla, when Tesla was developing scalar energy instruments that access the energy of the sun and the stars. So this in the future will be the energy that will power the world. This is free energy, scalar energy from the sun and the stars.
So wait a minute. I'm thinking, well, what if we had these in our homes, these coils? Are you saying our refrigerator could run?
Eventually, yes. Eventually, I want to get to that point where I can at least illuminate a home, at least illuminate a factory. Yes.
Right, the lights at least.
Yes.
Oh, I bet GE doesn't want that. Never mind. Let me be quiet. I don't want any black vans coming up and down my street later today for running my mouth. So, okay. So talk about, Tom, what this does with here. Tell us about some of the testimonial stories, because you've got a boatload of them.
Yeah, we do. Thank you. People from around the world will send us their photograph. Now, I'm going to show you one instance of how this works very quickly. The way I instruct this instrument, I instruct it through photographs. This is a photograph of the Epstein-Barr virus, if you can see that. Now, follow my thinking. Everything has energy, a scalar energy signal. If I place this photograph inside the instrument, the Epstein-Barr virus energy is downloaded now into my quantum field. Let me repeat that. Everything in this side of this instrument shares information. So if I place the Epstein-Barr virus, a photograph, next to my photograph, the two force fields, the two signatures share with one another. If I had Epstein-Barr virus, this photograph of Epstein-Barr would find my signal of Epstein-Barr and reduce the Epstein-Barr virus to chaos. This instrument can take a signature of a microbe, a germ, and reduce it to chaos. And the way I instruct it is with light, scalar light, and with photographs that have scalar light signatures. So again, if I place these two photographs inside the instrument, there's a sharing of information. The intelligence, the signal of the Epstein-Barr virus enters into my quantum field. If I had Epstein-Barr virus, it would be reduced to a state of chaos.
I believe it. And I'm going to tell people why here in a little bit. And I just want to say, how long did you put my photo in there for?
Yeah, I treated you, Doc, for 1 month.
For 1 month.
Yes.
And that was the month of...
I think you were traveling.
Yeah, while I was in Romania.
Yes.
Yeah. And you want me to... I'll wait till the end of your presentation to speak to the difference, because I've been logging just any kind of subtle changes, things that, instead of assuming anything, I wrote down when things changed because of why I asked you to put me in there. So I'll hold all that. So keep going. Tell them about the group in Africa.
Yes. Okay. So we can work with one photograph at a time, or we can work with many photographs. This is a collage. As an example, if I place this inside the instrument, those 25 people now would be, those 30 people would be treated for the signal of Epstein-Barr. So regardless of how many photographs I place in the instrument, or how many photographs that I might introduce into the instrument, we're able to eradicate, if you will, viruses, bacteria. Well, we've been working with people around the world, including Africa, by way of their photograph. I only work through photographs. And many people from HIV clinics have been sending us their photographs. After we work with these people with this instrument, the people tell us that they no longer have a viral load for HIV. So that in and of itself begs the question, why? And again, we have to rely upon testimonies. I have many testimonies on my website, but nobody can test a photograph.
Right.
Nobody can actually make a connection yet between a photograph and a person's quantum field. Some people might call that quantum entanglement. So much of my research is still theoretical, but I'm showing great results. Now, eventually, the world will catch on to what I'm doing and try and duplicate my results. So this is where we're at right now with our science. So I'm going to also demonstrate how we can work with other pathogens with this instrument. Let's say somebody was HIV positive. Again, everything I do is by way of photographs. If I were to place this photograph of the HIV virus, human immunodeficiency virus, inside the instrument then is accepting that energy and interpreting the energy of the HIV virus. And then if I were to place my photograph inside the instrument, there's a sharing of information. So the signal for HIV is now being downloaded as sharing into my quantum field. This is the new theory, if you will, the emerging theory of quantum entanglement, in which force fields separated by a distance can still communicate with one another instantaneously. So there's a force field of HIV, and that can communicate with my force field as a person. Now, if we're ever going to prove that my photograph can directly connect to me, it probably will have something to do with quantum entanglement, which is the theory that two objects can communicate with one another simultaneously when separated by a distance, sometimes a vast distance. This is the new and emerging theory of quantum entanglement, what some people might call zero-point energy or scalar energy. It's not electricity.
So, first thing I thought of, because twins run in my family, and I can't tell you how many times when we've been together for whatever reason, holidays and different family gatherings, where the twins will be talking about, especially when they grow up and go off to different colleges and things like that, how they can literally call each other.
Yes.
Or hear the other one. And so is that tied into this same kind of energy?
Yes, exactly. When two people have this clairvoyant connection, or when one person will think of another person and that the telephone will ring, or you'll meet somebody out of the blue and you're just thinking about them, that's quantum entanglement. That's an exchange of information. This instrument exchanges information. So what the hunch that people have, or clairvoyance, or some people have a premonition, all of that is actuated by this energy, scalar light, scalar energy. So this is the scientific approach. Clairvoyance is the personal experience. It's fascinating. We have now found our way into the science of thought. These are thought instruments. These are consciousness instruments. These instruments can control thought, can control intelligence, can control consciousness.
So
very powerful instruments.
Very powerful, and so powerful. Let's take us back around to one of the origin points of this work. You keep referring to the Tesla instruments and whatnot, but some people may not have a reference to.
Okay. Yeah. I'm going to speak about Nikola Tesla, the great scientist Nikola Tesla. Tesla, over 100 years ago, was building scalar energy instruments. And those scalar energy instruments were freestanding towers that had no moving parts that captured energy from the sun and the stars. And in so doing, Tesla was able to capture free energy and then broadcast free energy, scalar energy, what he called radiant energy. So he was the first scientist to harness the power of the stars. It's not electricity.
Right.
It's star energy. It's quite different.
And it's because I watched the documentaries after I was connected with you, and I was like, how do I not know this? How come I wasn't taught this in any of my classes that I remember? Why isn't it in my history memory banks from history classes? Because it was all of the videos were there about, it showed pictures of where the government came in and took all the containers with the files and the sketches of the buildings, and what it was just amazing. Instantly, when this research hit the ground running, there were efforts to conceal it, steal it, turn it off, hide it, you name it. And so why do you think that is, Tom?
It's about money and power, Doctor. Let's be very blunt about it. These are free energy instruments. This offers mankind a great prospect.
I guess you said it right there. It's in the name. Free energy, not greed energy.
Yeah. And Tesla wanted to advance the humankind. I want to advance humankind. And technology is a great tool. So why aren't we using this technology? This technology will make obsolete many of the existing technologies today.
For instance?
Well, if what I say is working, then we don't need certain pharmaceutical products. If Tesla's work is valid, then we don't need the power company. We can simply tap into sun energy, star energy. We don't need to drill for oil anymore. There's so many applications here. So this is the new science. It's moving forward. People are accepting it. It's just a matter of time before we get the word out. And this will change the world. These instruments, technology of scalar energy, will have a greater impact than that of the computer. The computer was an invention, a technology. scalar energy will have a greater impact than the computer.
Right, because it's the sun and the stars.
Yeah, it's fundamental. The computer is not fundamental.
So let me ask, in your opinion, Tom, which is the greater wall of that serves as an obstacle? Do you think it would be changing the mindset of all of us who have been groomed to take the pills and this and the other, unlearning what we've been taught, or getting around the greed mongers?
Well, I think both are formidable walls that we have to surmount. But
I would
my
agree.
avenue is to educate people and to show people the benefits. And I think you have some benefits that you want to share with the audience. At the end of the day, people are very intelligent, and they're smart enough to realize if something benefits them, they will try it. So that's the key. I have to prove what I'm doing. I have to show the benefits, and then people finally have to say yes to it. That's the key. It's a grassroots movement.
Okay, do you want me to share my results?
Yeah, go ahead, please.
Okay, I spoke with Tom after the last show and expressed, and a lot of you know this. Now think about it. If you go back 2 months and you listen to a replay of this very show, you'll notice that my voice, which is almost, I'd say 90% back to its original tonality, and has not been that way since a year ago in May, when I went down to Atlanta to get that honorary doctorate. I contracted COVID. I came back, and I've sounded pretty much like a cross between Louise Jefferson and Marge Simpson ever since. So much so, I was supposed to do a second album this year and could not do it. I have not sang in a year. I've barely spoken in my usual voice for a year. So I sent Tom the pictures. He put them in, and the first thing I noticed was right around day 10. Day 10. And mind you, let me tell you this. I have been to the VA and to outside community doctors, specialists, the entire year, over and over, everything from CAT scans to ultrasounds to MRIs to ear, nose, and throat with the scope. And I mean, you name it, every kind of supplement. I just got eucalyptus oil the other day. So because I want to get to the back of where, the COVID lived and stuff. So, because I'll tell you why. So right around day 10, I know, and it was just constant mucus, and beginning of the day, the end of the day were the worst 2 times for me. But then there would be these explosive where I couldn't even breathe out of nowhere. There's no controlling it. Just where I couldn't stop coughing, and to the point where, if you remember, last 4th of July, I told you guys at the lake house, I coughed so hard, everything shut off, and I went into a seizure. They couldn't explain any of this. Ear, nose, and throat, pulmonary, boom, boom, boom. And then around day 10, after Tom put my stuff inside of the apparatus, when I started coughing, I noticed little flecks inside the mucus, like something was breaking up. And it just went from there to where it got to a point. I think the next thing that happened, because the journal's up on my nightstand, I should have brought it down. The next thing that was memorable was that those uncontrollable moments, when you have, like, if you have a chest cold, when you feel like clearing your chest, you can choose to do so. Where there were those, but there were the ones that just took me over like a possession. Well, the possession ones pretty much disappeared. Now, suddenly, I start seeing origin points. Like, I did not realize, it seemed like one big thunderstorm or hurricane where there was no beginning and no ending. I didn't know if it was starting in my chest, going here. I had no way of knowing, even with all the different tests. Suddenly, after all that breaking up and stuff, now I had separate things happening. This would do one thing that made me think, well, wait a minute. I can feel this happening. And now, okay, so it's going there. So now I'm thinking it's not, oh my God, do I have lung cancer? Oh my God, I stopped thinking that and started focusing on this. And so then I was like, okay, the neti pot thing. And I have one. I haven't used it because it wasn't doing anything before. I did it, and out comes all of this stuff just one time. And I'm telling you, a year ago, I would do the neti pot when they first gave it to me a couple times a week, and it would be the same amount. It wasn't decreasing. It wasn't fixing anything. This time I did it, and not only one color, I'm not trying to be gross, but I'm just telling you what happened. There was that green stuff that came out of my sinus infection that I saw last year when I was using the. Then a bright golden yellowy one came out right after it in the same flushing, and I have not seen it. That was like around 2 weeks ago. I was back from Romania, and since then I've tested it. Nothing. Now, where am I today? Clearly, my voice is nearly back 100%. I am not kidding you. I was eating cough drops. You guys have known because they had become such a part of my daily routine. When we do laundry, there's always some in every pocket, just like these, because of the mucus. I had a life support kit. I went nowhere without water, my inhaler, a pocket full of cough drops, and a shitload of paper towels because Kleenex just couldn't hold it all. That's how bad it was. And I am not kidding you. I promise you this is the truth. I cannot fake having my voice back. So I'm glad that piece came back. And I'm telling you, it has happened since you put me in that machine. I am not kidding you. If I listed all of and I'm not saying anything against holistic, because that helped, I'm sure, in a way, in other ways for things that I wasn't even conscious I was helping, getting off of this. So much so, I'm going to tell you another thing that I still don't understand. In the last month, for some reason, I have not, suddenly I didn't feel like every Sunday night, put all of your supplements out for the week. I have those little containers you put them in. And for some reason, I felt like, well, I don't need to do that. Not even my multivitamin. It was before, like, I had this pull to take the echinacea, take the turmeric. And I'm not saying I don't need them, that they're not a benefit. But suddenly I'm not reaching for them out of fear or desperation, like trying to run and stay ahead of something that could take me over. Now it feels like I'm going to choose them when my body says I need them, not every single day, because my doctor has told me, like with vitamin D, decrease it. You're taking too much. But I was following what was on the bottle. And so all of this has made me start thinking, wait a minute. I feel like I'm more into, here it is. Here, what it boils down to. Is everything that I was hoping for 100% gone or fixed when I asked you to put me inside the machine? No. Has everything that I was afraid of or didn't understand changed 1,000%? Yes. It doesn't. I'm not fearful. I feel 80% better physically, 1,000% better mentally about where I am with my own health. I am not kidding you, Tom. I promise you, and I promise you all, I'm not saying this, I'm not blowing smoke, but I was, Mike Sawica from Romania is on the plane going home, and he just texted me. And I was, the reason I brought it up is because he was on my deck just 2 nights ago. And he was talking about when he gets home, he's going to see his master, a Chinese doctor in China, who helped clear his MS. No pills, no this, no that. And I said, I'm believing in these processes that are available to us without pharmaceuticals more and more, because the most important part, and here it is, I promise you all, I put it on everything I love. My mother everything. Here it is. I literally was hearing whispers from these ailments, these things that did not serve me. They would whisper to me, I'm going to kill you. I'm not kidding you. It made me feel like I would tell Brian in my darkest or scariest point, I would let it slip out. I'm afraid this is going to kill me. And I always said, I'm afraid this is going to kill me. And fear leads to destruction because it creates chaos. Whereas what stuck out today, and I don't remember hearing it before, I'm sure you said it, but it didn't mean anything to me then like it does today. Tom, when you said it gets in there and you use that literal word, chaos. And that's where it is. Now, again, back to the final piece, I'm tossing it back to Tom. You all know that I have not been close to my natural voice in over a year. May 17th of last year. So, Tom, that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. That's what's happened.
Yeah, that's a great story. Thanks, Doc.
It's the truth.
That's a powerful testimony. So, after a year that you had this condition, in a short period of time after you submitted your photograph to me, you've seen steady improvement.
Slow but sure.
That's healing.
It is healing. And I'll tell you where I'm at now. Now that I have so little fear-based mindset consuming time, suddenly I feel like I have so much more time on my hands to think about stuff. I feel like I've been slacking. Like, look at all this time I have. Shouldn't I be doing something? Why does this feel so new? Like I don't do shit. Like I'm a bum. And I'm beginning to understand it's because you now have open space to do more of what you love to do because you're not so worried about something you did not know you could change. I did not know. So I think my power was being redirected into a place where it had no power. But now I have more space freed up, and I got to learn what to do with it. That's the best way I can put it, because I've never been to this space, so I don't know what words are right in describing it. I can't tell you what it feels like because I don't know if they've invented a word for that, if that makes sense. All I can tell you is this: improved. I am improved. And I didn't take anything extra as far as external. As a matter of fact, I started taking less. As I got better, I found myself taking less of the things I would have attributed feeling better to, including maybe that was the universe saying, stop these things so that you can see, just like when they tell you when they're looking for an allergy. They tell you to take wheat out, take this out, because then if the allergy goes away, there's the culprit. So something's going on, and I don't think it's finished with me yet. So let me ask, did you take me, how long was I literally in the machine?
For 1 month. I treated you for 1 month, for 30 days.
30 days.
And it's your experience, your testimony is similar to that of thousands of people. You see, when we can take this energy and bring to a state of chaos, break apart a germ, a microbe, then you remove your phlegm. Then you're healthier. Your breathing improves. Your sinuses are no longer congested. Now, keep in mind, my work is at the vanguard of this movement. Nobody else has developed these instruments or been able to repeat my work. Why? It's unique. So I'm trying to introduce to the world my unique protocol. It's an informational protocol. And what's nice, Doc, you didn't have to come to Florida in order to be treated. I
No,
treated your force field. I never treated you biologically. I treated your aura, your force field, through a photograph.
which is the same way people can do distance Reiki,
Yes. Yes.
transcendental meditation, all kinds of different things where you connect with something that's not right in front of you.
Yes.
It makes perfect sense.
Because
And yeah, go ahead.
prayer, it's intention, it's thought. This instrument is a thought instrument. It moves within that dimension of thought, scalar energy. It's information, thought. And you don't have to be present. By sending me your photograph, I can have this thought instrument, this consciousness, this information connect with your force field. Again, it's not a biological process. When we leave the physical world behind, this is the etheric world, this is the spiritual world that transcends the physical. We're way above that. We're not at the chemical level, we're at the spiritual, the etheric realm.
And here's another piece I now know, because it was in my mindset at the forefront when you first introduced the topic, or the possibility, because I'll be honest with you, when you're fearful, there's a lot of cousins that are in there with the fear, doubt, worry, all kinds of skewed views, if you will, foggy perspectives, and desperation was in there. And ordinarily, desperation will feel like something that does not serve you. But in this case, it led me directly into a place known as faith, because I was out of literal options, tangible, touch, try, swallow, drink, poke, test options. Nothing had proved any quantifiable results. Nothing. And so, because I remember asking myself, oh boy, I hope this isn't like when you NLP, they can't do anything against your will. You got to believe 100%, because I'm hoping that this is real. But there's a little piece of me that's afraid it's not. And I was hoping I wasn't going to sabotage my own opportunity to heal. But I forgot you were doing it, which I believe opened me up. And I did not even remember that you were doing it until that day 10, when suddenly, because I had a habit, because you see the movie Tombstone, and when he had TB, he would cough into the thing, and then he started seeing more and more blood. I was afraid of all that stuff. And so I would look, just automatic, nothing clear. It's just mucus. And then I started seeing those little flakes. Like something was, and they didn't alarm me, because they didn't look like they should have stayed in there in the first place. Like they were being forced out of me. And it wasn't like a whole bunch more came. It was the beginning. I think it was there to show me the beginning of a process, the beginning of change. And then suddenly it just went straight to feeling better. Less of that, more of what you see here today. So it was the voice change.
The proof is in the pudding. That's what I'm all about results, doctor. I'm all about performance. As a researcher, I perform. These are performance instruments. I believe in performing. I believe in demonstrating what I can do with this technology. And your testimony is in line with that performance. That's what I'm all about. So what we're reporting to your audience is perhaps this is the easy way to destroy, to break apart a microbe, a pathogen. And if so, this offers great prospect to mankind. On your part, Lauren, you didn't have to do anything. You simply sent me your photograph. There's no effort in emailing a photograph.
No.
And if the results are as extraordinary as what you're testifying, well, then maybe we're onto something. Maybe the world should pay attention to this.
I agree with everything that just came out of Tom Paladino's mouth, except I'm going to take the word maybe out.
Thank you.
I know we need to pay attention to this. I am telling you, the relief just of my spirit and the restoration of hope. I mean, think about it. You go to a doctor and they say, well, try this. It's a test drug. And then radiation, well, I'm hoping it works. How easy or easily we think we have hope from these things that have false promises behind them. But then when it comes to something like this, it's just amazing. I love this awakening that we find ourselves in the midst of today. We see so many things that make us think this is a horrible time to be walking the face of the earth, but it is not. It is a most incredible time. Right. Because if we choose to help lead the way, you have a chance to be a pioneer. That's what I feel I am standing within today based on my testimonial. I feel like I am a part of a pioneering mindset. Something that one day, what if people walked around and had control over their own health just from things like this? There's got to be a reason, people, that all those years ago with Nikola Tesla, instantly people were trying to stop it. It makes me wonder if it tried to come in even before him. Because the thing is, every time those greed and all those things that don't serve us try to stop something from making its way to us, the universe takes it and brings it in. It's going to get here.
Yeah.
So, Tom, on the screen, you have offered everybody the same thing you initially offered me.
Yeah.
15 days of free Scalar light sessions on the website. Talk about how, and what's the mindset? Who is this for? And why should they say, I want to take advantage of this offer?
It's for everybody. These instruments can balance the chakras, as I've demonstrated. They're so powerful. They can illuminate the mind. They can illuminate the 7 chakras. Okay? The 7 chakras, that the instruments can eradicate viruses, bacteria, etc. There's another function, and I'll demonstrate real quickly.
Okay.
If I were to take a photograph of a beta carotene or any type of micronutrient and place it in the instrument will recreate beta carotene in me. So let me demonstrate. So there's a nutrient program that we offer. If I take beta carotene and place it side by side my photograph, it's a sharing of information. Again, it's not biological, it's quantum. So the energy field of beta carotene is now shared with my force field. By placing this photograph of beta carotene inside the instrument, side by side my photograph, beta carotene now, the energy of beta carotene is downloaded into my quantum field, into me. And what I believe happens is that we actually can create vitamins, minerals, antioxidants in our quantum field, in our energetic field by way of a photograph. So a photograph of a nutrient allows us to recreate that nutrient inside of us. That's the nutrient program. So let me slow down and say, if you want to try this on my website, anybody can submit their photograph. We'll treat you for free. Visit the website, scalarlight.com. We offer everybody in the world 15 days of free sessions. And we will balance your chakras. We'll identify and eliminate microbes, and we'll simply have the function at our hands to create, recreate, assemble nutrients, as I just demonstrated. So that's our 15-day session. I will prove to you that this works, or you will prove to yourself that it works. Doctor has proven it to himself.
For real.
He's a walking testimony that this works.
I am. So now the next question is this. People go say someone goes in there for 30 days and they want to continue feeling better. So then do they say, hey, throw me back in, Tom, for another 30 days?
Yep. We always, not a problem. We offer everybody in the world 15 days of free sessions. In order to keep this healing ministry going, we have to charge thereafter. So call our order desk, and we have a special for $89 a month. $89 for 30 days.
And listen, I don't know if you get the difference yet. I'm just saying, not everybody knows the difference between a price tag and value. But I tell you what, if you had asked me on the front end of this test run for me, how much I would have been willing to pay just to have the level of my speaking voice back, I don't know if I could have even quantified a price, because what I feel is priceless. And that's all I can say about it. That's all I can say about it. And I'm going to tell you this. It's like this. I was looking, I was seeking, and the promise says, when you seek, you will find. It only should take one time for a person, any of us, whether it's an experience, hearing something, tasting something, if it is a truth for you. Truth is the only thing that never changes, as far as I know, in this universe, and will never change on me or you. If that is what you feel and it resonates as a truth, if it has a ring to it, then it should only take once to hear it. Don't wait until you've heard 5,000 testimonials to believe, is all I want to say. Because, and don't wait until you've run out of what feels like options, like I had. But see, that again, how do you think Tom was brought to me and I was brought to him? We were chosen for each other. The universe knew Lawrence getting thin as far as what he's believing can or will be or is. And then he brought us together. I found something I didn't know existed. And now I have an opportunity to help tell as many people in this universe as I can about my own unique experience. So Tom, why do you keep doing this? And is it fearful to you at all that, do people think you're like a crazy mad scientist?
I have no fear. God's with me.
Wow. Robert, already on the site, photo uploaded.
Jesus is my God. He'll defend me. Is this unique? Sure it is. Out of the ordinary, yes. These are custom built instruments. This is why it's so pertinent for people to prove it to themselves. There is no scientific body that's been able to prove or disprove my work. Until you can establish what I have established with this instrumentation and prove on your own by way of a third party that yes, independent party can test what I'm doing. Nobody's stepped up to this. It's going to take some time to reduplicate my work, to duplicate my work, to reproduce my work. So I don't worry about the scientific community saying yes or no to this, because they're simply ignorant of my work.
Right.
What I want is people to say yes or no. I want the testimonies, and that's why we have probably 4,000 testimonies on my website. It's what the people say. Does it work?
Soon to be 4,001.
Thank you. It's what the people say. That's the key. It's that simple. Does it work? Ask the people. If it's a good testimony, it's like a restaurant. If the food is good, you don't have to advertise. It's word of mouth. Everybody will tell everybody.
I think we ought to do a 90-minute television special.
Okay.
Seriously. And listen, for all of you, thank you, Robert, for being a pioneer, and for giving this an opportunity and providing an opportunity to this. It is a two-way feed, which makes it divine. Any of you that are uploading, keep track of your journey within this experiment, if you will. And Tom, I really want to get with you about doing a 90-minute special and letting people that have experienced this talk about their experiences, because I am now one of them. And I am a believer. I am, and I know that we are changing this world. This is the Great Awakening. Tom, so the best place for people to reach out is what we've been scrolling all along, and I've also taken the liberty of dropping the website into the comment section at the top of the broadcast for easy access. What would you like to say to folks as we get out of here today?
Technology allows us to improve the human condition. That's what my work is all about. It's not about money and power. It's about improving the human condition. Nikola Tesla Try to give to the world free energy, scalar energy. Now, once again, walking in his footsteps, I want to give the world free energy. Free energy will solve our problems. So many problems will be addressed by this new technology. So, welcome this new technology, embrace it.
My name is Lauren Michaels Harris, and I endorse this message. So thank you so very much, Tom. And I really mean, as I extend that offer, I believe the world deserves this. And thank you for being a leader in this field and for doing everything you've done and continue to do to help us all realize our own power and what is available as power. Okay. So listen, you guys, we've got reruns for the next couple of days here on Bathrobe Moments, as I'll be traveling tomorrow morning to Charleston, South Carolina for Jason Cisneros and Emily Stillman's wedding. I'll be back live though, Monday morning, God willing, out on the front porch waiting for you so that together, through illuminated conversation, hope, faith, and all those things that serve us, we will create yet another divine moment in time. So thank you so much, Tom Paladino. I'm so grateful to the universe, to God, for bringing us together. Changed my life. Thank you so much. Get out there and change your life, including your own today. And as I tell you every day as we leave, I love you, and there's not a damn thing you can do about it. I'll see you soon. God bless you. Take care. Bye, everyone.